Arms trade. The top weapons suppliers in the arms trade include the U.S. at the top, followed by Russia, France, UK, and Germany to round out the top five. Note that the weapons production by the U.S. is huge business with its total of $49 billion. This is greater than the next 9 states at around $48 billion. The countries that purchase the most weapons include, for the top 5, Taiwan, Saudi Arabia, Turkey, South Korea, and China. Note that 85% of all arms sales by the 4 permanent members of the UN Security Council. Companies include Lockheed Martin, BAE Systems, Boeing, Raytheon, Northrop Grumman, General Dynamics, and Thomson CSF. Simple concept of arms company disappears into the labyrinth of licensed production, joint ventures, conglomerates, strategic partnership, and cooperative armament programs. Weapon systems may be designed in one country, manufactured piecemeal in several others, and sold both to the collaborating states and to the others. Harmless Land Rover vehicle sold to one government but turns up later equipped with armor, radio, and machine guns in the service of another government. Arms trade's not simple but a complex web. It's not just things that go bang. It includes planes, heat-seeking missiles, armed warheads and bombs, armored tanks, submarines, guns, rifles, rocket launchers, grenades. It's also about trade in information and technology, weapons design, knowledge, and engineering skill. Some deals, no hardware exchanged, rather merely the license to produce a weapon system and the instruction manual on how to build and use it. Prison and policing equipment, riot shields, handguns, truncheons, water cannons, armored vehicles, leg irons, shackles, handcuffs, pepper spray, and tear gas, also part of the arms trade. Finally, arms trade is about buying and selling mercenaries and private armies, whether to supplement a country's armed forces or fight off rebels, to defend a lucrative diamond mine, or to overthrow a dictator. Small arms. Small arms are exceedingly prolific. Trade in them is difficult to control, and devastation caused by them is so severe. The category includes revolvers, self-loading pistols, rifles and carbines, assault rifles, submachine guns and light machine guns, handheld underbarrel and mounted grenade launchers, portable anti-tank and anti-aircraft guns, recoilless rifles, portable launchers of anti-tank and anti-aircraft systems, and mortars of 100 millimeter caliber or less. They're so prolific because they're small, cheap, easy to pass on, smuggle, hide, steal, capture from enemy, or buy over the counter. Impact on conflicts. The 20th century is the most violent in terms of number killed, one in the human history. 2 world wars and 30 years of major arm-fueled tension between superpowers also featured hundreds of localized conflicts, armed border disputes, civil wars, military coups and counter-coups, revolutionary struggles, armed invasion, and terrorism. There were 40 armed conflicts underway in 36 different countries at the start of the 21st century. World stability not only at risk due to nuclear catastrophe, but also from a slow, insidious, systematic proliferation of small wars and local strife, mainly in smaller nations, and many in Africa. It is now the most war-torn region in the world. An example, 1989, Charles Taylor invaded Liberia with 100 irregular soldiers armed with AK-47 rifles. Within months, they had seized mineral and timber resources and used profits to purchase more light weapons, and the cycle of plunder continued. The poorest countries of the world are so poor largely because of the huge debts owed to the developed world, much as repayment for past arms sales. Privatization of the military, corporate warriors. Provision of security long been recognized as the most important function of government. By the start of the 20th century, state control over means of violence had been institutionalized through process that spanned centuries. However, an overall global pattern is emerging, one of growing reliance on individuals, corporations, states, and international organizations on military services supplied by non-sovereign private market. Thus, the emergence of privatized military industry may represent the new business face of warfare, private military forces. The power of PMFs, the private military forces, has been utilized as much in support of state interests as against them. By removing absolute control from government and privatizing it, the state's control over violence is broken. The start of the 21st century began to see the monopoly of the state slowly break down.